Some women walk away from older men thinking they're making the right choice. Then reality hits. And by the time they realize what they lost, he's already moved on. I'm going to tell you exactly why this happens. And men, this is for you, because you need to hear that you were the prize. She fumbled, not you. Now look, I'm a woman. So when I tell you this, know that I'm calling out my own. And I'm doing it because I've watched this pattern repeat too many times. Just a few weeks ago, I was at the beach, and I overheard a group of younger women talking. One of them was venting about how she regrets leaving her ex, an older guy. And as I listened, I heard the same story I've heard a dozen times before. Same regrets, same realizations, same it's too late now energy. So let me break down the 5 reasons women end up regretting walking away from older men. Because if you've been left or if you're being taken for granted right now, you need to understand what's actually happening. First, stability hits different when it's gone. After dating younger guys or men their own age, women realize how rare it is to find someone emotionally steady, financially secure, and consistent. Chaos gets old fast. And here's the thing. When she was with you, she didn't appreciate the calm. She thought it was boring. She wanted excitement, drama, unpredictability. But after a few months of that, after dealing with men who can't hold a job, who flip-flop emotionally, who can't make a decision and stick to it, she starts remembering what she had. And by then, you've moved on. But it's not just about stability. There's something deeper she realizes she lost. Maturity that isn't replaceable. You see, older men tend to know what they want, communicate directly, and don't play games. Once a woman's been around that level of grounded confidence, it's hard to go back to indecision and ego battles. You see, when she was with you, she didn't realize how exhausting immaturity is. She thought your directness was boring. She thought your clarity was rigid. But after dealing with men who can't communicate, who need constant validation, who turn every conversation into a power struggle, she starts remembering how easy it was with you, how safe, how clear. And that's when the regret really starts to set in, because she realizes she traded peace for chaos. And chaos doesn't build anything. Now, here's the third reason, and this one's brutal. She didn't see the long game. When younger, excitement and spontaneity sound better than structure and calm, until real life demands reliability. Then she realizes that the boring guy was actually peace. You see, when everything's surface level, excitement feels like the goal. But when life gets hard, when bills pile up, when health issues hit, when real decisions need to be made, excitement doesn't help. Reliability does. And by the time she figures that out, you're long gone. Men, let me ask you this. Has this happened to you? Have you been left by a woman who came back later realizing what she lost? Drop a comment and let me know, because I know this story is familiar to a lot of you. Now look, if you're watching this and realizing your value, if you're understanding that walking away from you was her loss, not yours, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because we talk about this every week. How to stay strong, grounded, and valuable as an older man. No fluff, just real truth. All right, let's keep going, because the next 2 reasons cut even deeper. She misses being valued properly. Older men often appreciate effort, treat a woman with more care, and recognize her worth beyond looks or status. When that's replaced by half-hearted attention, it stings. You see, when she was with you, she didn't realize how rare it is to be actually seen. Not just desired, seen. You noticed when she tried. You appreciated her effort. You valued her beyond the surface. But she took that for granted. She thought every man would treat her that way. And then she left and realized that most men don't. Most men are too busy chasing the next option, too distracted to notice the details, too shallow to appreciate depth. And that's when she starts remembering how you made her feel, how valued, how appreciated, how safe. But by the time she's ready to come back, you've already found peace without her. And that brings me to the final reason. She grew, but you'd already arrived. You see, some women leave thinking they need to find themselves, then discover you'd already built the kind of life and mindset they were chasing. And by the time they're ready, you've moved on for good. This is the one that hurts them the most because they realize they left someone who was already where they wanted to be. You had your life together. You had clarity. You had purpose. You had peace. And instead of growing with you, she left to figure herself out. And after years of chasing growth, building herself, trying to become the person she wanted to be, she looks back and realizes you were already that person, and she walked away from it. But here's the brutal truth. By the time she figures all of this out, you've moved on. You're not waiting. You're not pining. You've built a life without her, and that's exactly how it should be. So men, here's what I need you to understand. If a woman walked away from you, it wasn't because you weren't enough. It was because she didn't see your value. And that's on her, not you. You were stable when she wanted chaos. You were mature when she wanted games. You were reliable when she wanted excitement. You valued her when she didn't value herself. And you'd already arrived when she was still searching. And now, she regrets it. But you've moved on. And that's the best revenge there is, not needing her anymore. And by the way, if you want more raw truth like this, if you're a man over 60 who wants to stay strong, healthy, happy, and fulfilled, we share practical tips every week in our newsletter. It's built for men who refuse to settle, men who know their value. The link's in the description and pinned in the comments. It's free, and it's designed to help you live your best life on your own terms. So here's the bottom line. Women who walk away from older men often regret it. But by the time they realize what they lost, it's too late. You've already moved on. You've already found peace. And you don't need validation from someone who couldn't see your worth when it mattered. Stay strong, stay grounded, and never forget your value. I'm Avery Scott, and I'll see you in the next one.